Okay. So, okay. So, the reason why we do this, most of you know, yet some people don't know, is you're like, you want me to put makeup on my 4-year-old? Yes, because being on a professional stage, the lights are so bright. We want to see their face, and each dancer is so special that we want to see their specialness and their eyes and their lips. And if they don't have makeup, they'll just be a white blob on stage, the face. You won't see their eyes or their smiles. Up close, it'll be intense, yet far away, it'll make sense. Did I just make a poem? So I always recommend starting with some moisturizer. And it just so happens that I have tinted moisturizer. It doesn't have to be tinted. Anything that's gentle on the skin. And don't go out and buy anything if you don't have to. That's my motto. So I'm going to do it really quickly. So I picked her because we're similar in skin tone. And with whatever we're putting on her face for on stage, it needs to be a shade darker. Like if you and I were gonna go to the store and get makeup, we'd want it to match, right? Yet for on stage, it's so funny when they make those faces. We want it to be just one shade darker. Does that make sense? Okay. So, and then I recommend liquid foundation because that'll help things stay all day. We need it to last all day. So I just have this liquid foundation. It's really whatever you're comfortable with putting on your child's skin. I'm particular about what I put on my skin, but that's just me. Okay, so with the liquid foundation, you want to put it on the eyelids and even on the lips. And I'll tell you why later in a moment. So I'm just doing a really quick job. You'll obviously spend a little bit more time with this. Oh, you're doing so good. So good. Okay, that's enough of that. If you have any kind of eyeshadow primer, it's great because it just makes the color last and pop. And I won't do that today. I don't want you to buy any if you don't have any yet. It's all these things that I am suggesting would be great to have in your dance arsenal kit because you will use them again. So this is just a concealer that I would recommend, like you could put on the eyelids as a primer and the lips. I'm just going to do her lips because we want her lipstick to stay on all day. Can you go like this? And then go. And then rub your lips together. Okay. So you just let that sit. Ooh, ghost. You're like a ghost. And then powder helps it set.
Ready from your pose?
I love Bare Minerals because it doesn't have fillers in it. And there's so many great products out now. They don't have weed in it, and I have a weed thing personally. So, yeah. And then the powder goes on just everywhere. Okay? And this will help with shine. You, in the video and from the audience, you can see shine. It's like, oh, they're kind of shiny. And we just don't like that. Blush. So this blush is just probably not as bright as we need. Yet I'm just gonna do the best. So can you smile? You start from the outside. Can we shut this door? It's attached right there. So to avoid the clown rounds right on the top of the cheek, you start up high on the cheekbone and then work your way down. So most of the color ends up, like the intense color will end up high and then it'll fade as it comes to the cheek. And I just press into the face instead of brush, because then all the color just goes away. And we want to, this is just creating contours for their face. I think it's actually a pretty good color. Thank you. Okay, eyeshadow. I recommend 3 colors because the eye is a horizon. Thank you. It's not a flat surface. So if you put one color all the way across, it's gonna flatten, and we want depth. So I have a white or a cream, thanks, and a tan somewhere in here, tan and a dark brown. And I'll show you how and why for the 3 colors, okay? Something I forgot to mention is all of this can be done with Q-tips. And what I do recommend though is that if you make any kind of investment, you get good brushes, because it's kind of like building a house if you don't have the right tools. This just makes your life so much simpler and easier and faster. And note, I've been doing this a very long time, so I'm quick at it. And so just allow yourself time to practice and give yourself patience and permission to be patient with yourself, because it does take time. So with the white, go ahead, close your eyes for me. I'm gonna just press first so it doesn't go all over. And then I cover the whole eyelid with white. And this will make the eyes look bigger.
Did you say you wanted us to use those specific 3 colors?
White, tan, and brown. I don't care what brand, just browns.
Natural.
Yeah, natural. Long gone are the days of blue. That's what I use as a dancer.
Blue.
Like bright blue. And then tan is, so the in-between color. Go ahead, close your eyes. I do on half of the lid. And then you can always go back in and blend, and that's where Q-tips are really neat. So just half, and then I just blend so it's not a solid line, like in between, right? Okay, and then the dark brown. So this is my Mercedes-Benz of brushes. It's this tapered tip. This is a Bare Minerals brush, and I've had it for over a decade. So just a light tap, and then close your eyes, and there's this triangle that you'll find with the eye crease to the hairline of the eyebrow. Now hers just happens to be lined up. A lot of people's go all the way out. So just the triangle shape of the corner of the eyelid. Does that make sense? Okay, open. Okay, other side. And I'm just using my finger as a stabilizer as I draw that triangle. Do you see that triangle there? And then just blending. So this makes her eye shape more contoured and accented bigger. Okay, look at me. Okay, look at me. Ooh, so pretty. Close. So notice I pressed instead of brushed, and because it would just, with the dark shadow, it ends up under the eyes and then we get that raccoon eye look. If that does happen, coconut oil. Just take a Q-tip or any kind of oil and that will wipe it off, and then you'll just have to do a little bit of touching up under the eyes. It does happen, okay? Okay, so next is eyeliner. This is my trick. I wet the brush, and this is the brush. It's an A-line. This is also another magical tool. Again, you don't have to go out and buy anything. What you have at home works. Okay, can you do me a favor and can you just lick this brush for me? Thank you. I usually have water, and I don't think you'd want my I'm not your mom, right? So even when the moms do that, they're like, right, it's kind of buggy, right? Okay, so I use eyeshadow first to make the line, and then I go back over with a pencil. I am not brave enough to do liquid liner because it's just so messy, and anyway, so I prefer shadow and then a pencil. Okay, close your eyes. And so what I will do is I will just gently pull the eyelid skin, get as close to the hairline as possible. And I start from the inside and then work my way out. And you can continue the line just a little bit past the hairline. Okay? And also what I do is, because I just love this brush so much, sometimes I take the pencil and then just put the pencil right on the brush. Or you can just use the pencil. So I'm not gonna do this on her today because you'll just have to, I'll just do a little and then
You have to wash it off.
yeah.
Yeah.
So my secret for removing makeup is coconut oil. It's gentle on the skin, and you don't have to like scrub. Like those wipies can be kind of abrasive on the skin. And
So what do you use, a cotton ball?
yeah, or I just use my hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it helps taking off the glue for eyelashes as well. Which brings me to my next part. We do require eyelashes for about 7 and up, and for the competition girls, this is no surprise. So you're doing such a good job, thank you. I just got these at Long's. They're for the little ones, as natural as possible. Not the like thick, you know what I'm talking about, with like rhinestones and all that stuff. It's like if we're going out, maybe. Yeah. So what you to get them off, the easiest way without changing the shape is you just kind of gently pull down and out. If you pull from one side, sometimes they get all wonky. And then something important for the little ones is to measure them. So this is going to be too big for her eyelid. So I'm just going to kind of guess, measure, and trim the outside end. And then this is the trick. This is my trick.
Okay.
So white glue only. It comes in white and black. Don't get the black, because when it dries black. If the white when it dries clear. So if you make a mess, you're not gonna see it, okay? So put a dab on your hand first. Do not put the glue directly on the lash. The less glue, the better. Okay? You'll take the lash, run it through the glue. So just like I said, the less glue, the better. And then if you do get goopies on it, you can just kind of get it on the rest of your hand. Let it dry, blow on it. Let it get tacky. So there's kind of like a sweet spot between like sopping wet and dry. Yeah. Yeah, tacky. Okay, close your eyes for me, dear. And you want to get right up into the hairline or as close as possible. So I kind of just shimmy it back and forth. And then I use my thumbs to press it in and hold it there. Probably for about a good 30 to 40 seconds, if not a minute. It depends on how long they're gonna sit still for you. Okay, and she's doing a really great job not moving her eyes or wanting to open her eyelashes. So that'll just sit there for when we do the other side. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. And sometimes it gets stuck to the bottom lid. And then you just kind of have to adjust it. So if this comes up, if a corner comes up, take a Q-tip or a toothpick or I use the end of my scissors too to take a little glue, and then you can just put glue on the end and then hold it again instead of taking the whole thing off and doing it again. It's like a little touch up. And then you just hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. I would say the longer you hold it, the safer it is that they'll stay on, right? Okay, and then go ahead and open. Cool, and see it looks natural-ish.
Pretty.
And so you can see the difference, right, with the eyelash and without, and how much easier we'll see your eyes on stage with eyelashes. I don't make eyelashes mandatory for everybody, yet if you want to just see their face, just leave yourself enough time to practice. And then, I see it's hot. And then you'll do a couple coats of mascara after. Black mascara. Go ahead and open. Close for me, close. Okay. And then you'll just do a couple coats of mascara. I'll teach you a trick. So, can you look right at this little girl, Sophia's nose? Okay, and then you'll blink. So you just hold the wand and then ask them to blink. Blink, blink. And then you'll run the brush through. So then that way you're not like, keep your eyes open and trying to do it. They just blink and you run it through the lashes as they blink. And that'll save you a mess. Okay? All right, lips. Red, bright lips. Because we want to see them smile. You want to see their smile. So this is not my so I'm allowing myself time and patience to do the lip liner. So with the lip liner, you want it to cover, you want to fill in the entire lip. So you start with the line first, the outer line first. And then you fill in Can you open your mouth? So liner first, and then any kind of matte lipstick. I have another.
So no gloss.
No, I don't recommend it because, well, I'll teach you a trick. Okay, so with gloss, they do that and it's all over and then it gets over their costume. So if you're going to use a gloss, a stain works great for performance days. Okay, open your mouth. Dancer in training. Okay, look at me. Like this. Good. Ta-da! So, a little trick, I don't have tissue, is to put tissue paper and then get your powder. And you'll powder the lips over the tissue paper so then it doesn't get on your brush or whatever. And then you reapply. And you do that 2 or 3 times. Don't let them put anything in their mouth for about a half hour. No straws, no liquid, and then the lipstick will stay on all day without smudging. So I just do this a few times. Okay, go. Okay, and that will set it. And then you do powder over a tissue. Powder over a tissue. Again, apply, powder over a tissue, apply, and you're good. How do you feel?
She can't see
Good.
herself.
So I do.
You look different?
Glitter is okay. Just not too much. So you can do like on their cheeks. If you do too much, they look sweaty. But who doesn't love glitter? Except for the parents that are cleaning it up if it spills. Because then you'll never get rid of it. Any questions?
So you want them to be makeup ready, right? When we get there.
We can stop this.
Oh, sorry.